View. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? You have a job, friends, maybe a family. On the outside, everything looks fine. But on the inside, you feel a deep sense of emptiness, like you're watching your own life from behind a glass wall. If this sounds familiar, you might be experiencing something called covert avoidance. Unlike obvious avoidance, like never leaving your house, covert avoidance is subtle. It's an internal psychological retreat from the richness and unpredictability of life. You might look busy and productive, but you're secretly building a fortress around your heart to keep potential pain, stress, or rejection at bay. It's not about avoiding specific places. It's about avoiding genuine connection and vulnerability. So, where does this come from? Often, its roots are in our past. If you grew up with childhood emotional neglect, your needs for connection and validation might have been consistently ignored. You learned that reaching out only leads to disappointment, so you stopped. For others, it's a symptom of complex PTSD, where past trauma makes the world feel like a constant threat. Your nervous system is on high alert, and pulling back feels like the only way to protect yourself from getting overwhelmed. It's a survival mechanism that has outlived its purpose. It's not a character flaw. It's your brain's attempt to keep you safe from a world that once felt very unsafe. Let's talk about what covert avoidance actually looks like in daily life. The signs can be tricky to spot because they often masquerade as normal adult behavior. Do you find yourself consistently canceling plans at the last minute, maybe with a plausible excuse, like being too tired or having too much work? That could be one sign. Or perhaps you've engineered your life to minimize human contact. You might insist on working from home, not just for convenience, but to avoid office small talk. Q. Might order all your groceries online to skip the checkout line, or always choose the self-checkout to avoid a brief interaction with the cashier. In relationships, covert avoidance is especially powerful. You might keep people at arm's length, maintaining friendships that are fun, but strictly superficial. You share memes and jokes, but never your real fears or dreams. When it comes to romance, you might prefer casual situationships over committed partnerships because intimacy feels too risky. You might end things right when they start to get serious, creating a reason to leave before you can be left. You tell yourself you're independent and don't need anyone, but deep down, you're lonely. You're living in a self-imposed quarantine of the soul. Another common sign is constant busyness. You fill every waking moment with work, hobbies, or endless scrolling on your phone. This isn't about productivity, it's about distraction. Few. Always busy, you don't have time to feel the emptiness or confront the fear that's lurking underneath. You might even find yourself procrastinating on important life goals not because you're lazy, but because pursuing them would mean facing the possibility of failure or success, both of which can feel terrifyingly vulnerable. It's a way of staying stuck in a safe limbo. The consequences of living this way are profound. On the surface, you avoid some immediate discomfort, but in the long run, you're trading short-term relief for long-term misery. The most immediate consequence is deep, pervasive loneliness. Humans are wired for connection. When we deny ourselves that, we start to wither. This isolation isn't just an emotional problem, it has real physical effects. Chronic loneliness is linked to a weakened immune system, increased inflammation, and a higher risk of heart disease. Your body keeps the score, and a life of emotional avoidance can literally make you sick. Over time, your world starts to shrink. You stop trying new things. You turn down opportunities for joy and growth. Life loses its color and vibrancy, and you're left with a feeling of being hollowed out. You might look in the mirror and not recognize the person staring back, wondering where all the years went and why you feel so disconnected from your own existence. You've successfully protected yourself from pain, but in doing so, you've also blocked out all the light. You're living a half-life safe, but numb. These can lead to a cycle of depression and anxiety, where the emptiness feeds the fear, and the fear feeds the avoidance. But here's the most important part. You can break this cycle. It is not a life sentence. The first step is the hardest, but also the most crucial. Radical self-awareness. You have to recognize and name the pattern. Acknowledge that you are using these behaviors to manage fear and anxiety. Start noticing your triggers. When do you feel the urge to cancel plans or retreat into your shell? Is it when you feel criticized or when a new opportunity arises? Keep a small journal, not to judge yourself, but to gather data like a compassionate scientist studying your own mind. Next, it's time to gently and gradually build your resilience to discomfort. The goal isn't to eliminate fear, but to learn that you can feel it and still move forward. This is where you can borrow some powerful techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. One of these is called exposure. Start small, incredibly small. If you avoid eye contact, your first step might be to simply look at the cashier for 1 second longer than you normally would. If you avoid social events, maybe your goal is to stay for just 15 minutes. The point is to give yourself a small, manageable win. These tiny acts of courage build on each other, proving to your nervous system that you can handle more than you think. Another powerful CBT tool is reframing your thoughts. When a fearful thought pops up, like if I go to this party, everyone will think I'm awkward. Challenge it. Ask yourself, is that 100% true? What's a more balanced perspective? Maybe it's, I might feel a little awkward at first, and that's okay. I might also have a nice conversation. You are retraining your brain to move away from catastrophic thinking and towards a more realistic and compassionate viewpoint. Alongside these practical steps, it's vital to focus on nervous system regulation. When you feel that familiar urge to retreat, it's because your fight or flight system has been activated. Simple grounding techniques can be a game changer. Take a moment to focus on your breath. A slow inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and a slow exhale for 6. Feel your feet on the floor. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear. These simple actions bring you back into your body and into the present moment, signaling to your brain that you are safe right here, right now. Finally, reconnect with your why. Covert avoidance often makes us forget what we truly value. What gives your life meaning? What kind of relationships do you want? What impact do you want to have on the world? Write it down. Create a vision board. When the fear of showing up feels overwhelming, your purpose can be the anchor that pulls you forward. It reminds you what you're fighting for. A life that is rich, connected, and authentically yours. This isn't just about stopping a behavior. It's about starting to live again, fully and bravely. Healing is not a linear process. There will be days when you slide back into old habits, and that's okay. The key is to treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a friend. Each time you choose connection over avoidance, no matter how small the choice, you are rewiring your brain and reclaiming your life. You are teaching yourself that you are worthy of love, connection, and a life filled with meaning. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more content on healing and personal growth. You are not alone on this journey. See you in the next one.